In January 2024, a finance worker in Hong Kong joined a video call with his company's chief financial officer and several senior colleagues. He recognized their faces, he knew their voices. By the end of that day, he had wired $25 million to 5 different bank accounts, exactly as instructed. There was just one problem. Every single person on that call was fake. He was the only human in the meeting. And the strangest part? A few months later, a Ferrari executive would defeat the exact same scam with a single question. It started, as these things usually do, with an email. The message appeared to come from the company's CFO in London, and it asked for something unusual, a series of confidential transactions that had to be handled discreetly. The employee wasn't naive. He read it and thought exactly what you'd think. This looks like phishing. The wording was slightly off. The request was strange. His guard was up. So the attackers did something that, until recently, was considered impossible to fake. The meeting was short and businesslike. The CFO was there, on camera, looking and sounding like himself. Other colleagues appeared too, familiar faces from the company. Instructions were given. The transactions were sensitive, related to a confidential deal, and needed to move quickly. The employee mostly listened. The executives did the talking. Then the call ended. Whatever doubt the email had planted was gone. He had seen them with his own eyes. He had heard them with his own ears, and that was the whole trick. Over the following days, he made 15 separate transfers to 5 Hong Kong bank accounts, 200 million Hong Kong dollars, about 25.5 million US. Then, nothing. No follow-up, no deal announcement. The scheme only surfaced when he mentioned the arrangement to the company's head office, and headquarters had no idea what he was talking about. There was no confidential deal. There was no meeting. The CFO had never emailed him. Somewhere in those few seconds of realization is one of the worst feelings a person has ever experienced at work. Hong Kong police pieced together how it was done, and the answer is more unsettling than any Hollywood hack. The attackers never broke into the company's network. They didn't need to. They built their puppets from material the company had published itself. Recorded video calls, conference talks, interviews, presentations with executives on camera. Publicly available faces. Publicly available voices. Modern AI needs surprisingly little, a few minutes of video, and by some estimates, as little as 3 seconds of clear audio to convincingly clone a voice. Every company on Earth publishes more than that every week. For months, the victim was known only as a multinational company. Then it came out, Arup, the 18,000-person engineering firm behind the Sydney Opera House, a company whose literal job is making sure structures don't fail. And their systems never did fail. No malware, no breached servers, no stolen passwords. The attackers went around the firewall and straight at the oldest authentication system in the world. A human being looking at a familiar face and deciding to trust it. They didn't hack the computers. Here's what's actually happening under the hood, without the jargon. An AI model studies footage of a real person, the geometry of their face, how their mouth moves when they speak, the timbre of their voice, until it can generate new video of that person saying anything. Voice cloning is even easier. A few seconds of clean audio is enough to produce speech the person never said. None of this requires a lab anymore. The tools are cheap, some are free, and they run in real time, fast enough to hold a live conversation. This didn't come out of nowhere. In 2019, criminals cloned a chief executive's voice over the phone and talked a UK energy company out of nearly $250,000, audio only, and it was considered shocking at the time. Then came cloned voices of children and fake kidnapping calls, fake celebrity investment videos, deepfaked job applicants. By the time that finance worker joined his meeting, the technology had jumped from a single phone voice to an entire boardroom of synthetic people. Each step was just slightly less believable than reality, until it wasn't. Which brings us to the Ferrari story, and the single question that beat the machine. In 2024, one of Ferrari's executives received messages, then a call from CEO Benedetto Vigna. The voice was right, the accent was right, the topic, a confidential deal, was urgent. But something felt a fraction off, so the executive did something brilliantly simple. He asked, "What was the title of the book you recommended to me a few days ago?" Silence. The call ended. The most sophisticated fraud technology on the planet. Defeated by a shared memory no AI could scrape. The Arup heist wasn't a one-off, it was a starting gun. The CEO of WPP, the world's largest advertising group, was impersonated in a similar attempt. Since then, voice-based fraud attacks on companies have grown by more than 1,000%, and by recent industry estimates, the average successful attack costs a business over $500,000. And it's not just corporations. The same 3-second voice clone that impersonates a CFO can impersonate your mother, your kid, or you from a single video posted anywhere online. There's a reason this attack works now and wouldn't have in 2015. Remote work made the video call the default room where business happens. We approved budgets, closed deals, and yes, authorized payments based on a grid of faces on a screen. The pandemic trained an entire generation of employees that a Zoom window is the person. Attackers didn't have to build the perfect crime scene. We built it for them, one meeting invite at a time. And now the uncomfortable milestone. Researchers who study synthetic media say cloned voices have crossed what they call the indistinguishable threshold. The point where even trained experts, listening carefully, can no longer reliably tell real from fake. Video is close behind. Read that again. The people whose job is detecting this can't do it by ear anymore. Whatever confidence you have in your own ability to just tell, that confidence is exactly the vulnerability. So where did the 25 million go? Through the 5 accounts, then out. Split, laundered, moved through mule networks and, investigators believe, into cryptocurrency. No arrests have been announced. Nothing has been recovered. And here's the economics that should worry you. Mounting this attack cost the criminals almost nothing. Some scraped video, rented tools, a fake meeting link, a few $100s of effort, 25 million in return. Ratios like that don't stay secret in the criminal world, they scale. The fix isn't better eyes, it's better process. The companies adapting fastest all converge on the same rules. Money never moves on the strength of a call alone. Every payment request gets verified out of band by calling the requester back on a number you already had. Teams agree on code words that never appear in writing, and executives are learning the Ferrari move, ask something only the real person could know. None of this is high-tech. That's the point. When perception can be faked, procedure is the only thing left that can't. The institutions are quietly conceding the same thing. Banks that spent years advertising voice print authentication, my voice is my password, are retiring it. Insurance companies now write deepfake clauses into fraud policies. Regulators are pushing firms to assume that any single channel, email, phone, video, can be counterfeit. The era of trusting the communication because of how it looks or sounds is being dismantled, system by system, in real time. The numbers say this is only the beginning. The volume of deepfake content online has grown by more than an order of magnitude in just 2 years. Fraud powered by AI is now measured in the hundreds of billions of dollars globally per year. One study found that when people engage with a convincing voice clone scam, roughly 3 out of 4 end up losing money. This is no longer an exotic corporate crime. It is becoming the default form of deception. Step back, and you realize what actually broke in that Hong Kong office. For the entire history of our species, seeing someone's face and hearing their voice was proof. It's the foundation every relationship, every deal, every courtroom testimony was built on. Trust your eyes, trust your ears. That rule is older than money, older than writing. It survived every previous technology we invented. It did not survive this one. The Arup employee wasn't stupid. He spotted the phishing email. He was suspicious, right up until the fake CFO looked him in the eye. He did what humans have always done, what you would have done. He trusted his senses. That option is now gone, and it isn't coming back. So the next time your boss, your bank, or your family calls with something urgent, the voice will be perfect, the face will be perfect. The question worth asking isn't whether it's really them. It's how would you actually know?